Hello friends, I am Loknath. Welcome to the Rao Civils Academy. Friends, in this session, in this particular lecture, I am going to talk about the energy management, which is one of the important part of your home science optional. Let us know what is energy management, types of energy management, and factors affecting management, how to uh, minimize the energy or the loss of energy. In this particular lecture we are going to talk about. Okay, so let us see what is energy. What is energy actually? Energy means what? The ability or the capacity having or possessing by a body. How much capability or ability is there? So that is energy is different type of energies. There is mental energy, physical energy, and chemical energy, and the different type of energy, electrical energy, light energy, sound energy, a different type of energy. We are not going to talk about that because we knew a relevant material. We are going to talk about the relevant things in this way. So let us come to management of energy. Management means minimizing energy management matlab minimizing the expenditure of energy in daily activities. Energy management means minimizing the expenditure for energy in daily lives. Okay, so without altering the quality of work, and the person does not feel fatigue after the attacks. So you have to going to manage the energy without changing the quality of work, the type of work you are going to do. We are without reducing the output of the work. So, but the same work can be done with the management of legs. As a intelligent worker, as a smart worker, you have to reduce the energy, you have to manage the energy by the same quality, by keeping the quality constant and finishing after the text. Don't, you should not feel why energy management is needed, because energy management need to reduce the energy so that we cannot feel fatigue, we cannot be tired. Okay, so without allowing the quality of work and the person doesn't feel fatigued, तो quality same रहेगा, and without altering the quality of, okay, without altering the quality of the work. Okay, next come to, for the efficient use of energy, it is important note to the following things. What are the points should be kept in mind while you are using energy efficiently? As a wise person, as an intelligent person, as a domestic worker, office worker, how to manage your energy without altering the quality of the work. Let us see what are the points. The first one is the relation of energy to stage of family life cycle. The relation of energy to the stage of the family life cycle. The energy cost of various household activities. Number two, activity causing more fatigue. The forms and the effect of fatigue. Are you getting the relation of energy to the stages of family life cycle? We know that family has different life cycles are there, and what is the energy, at what point of energy what should do, what should not do, how much of energy should be spent, and what activities should be done, and in which category of activities what amount of energy spent in this is. So relations between the life cycle and the energy. So it is very important point, you know that. Without knowing, where there will be wastage of energy and wastage of time will be there, and will get fatigued and nothing work will be done, the efficient will be zero, quality will be remain very low. So it should be number one. So next point is the energy cost of various household activities. So different as domestic chores are there, domestic activities there. So what activities should be done in what way, so that we can get minimum use of energy and get better experience and more efficient. Minimum expenditure energy but maximum output you can do, or less time of time, so at the right time you can do it. The third one is activity causing more fatigue. Then which activities are causing more fatigue? Suppose washing of clothes, or washing of clothes, and cleaning a room or sweeping rooms, and this type of activity will take more energy and in comparison to other activities. So the forms and effects of fatigue. Fatigue means tired, getting tired. So fatigue. So the forms and effects of what type of fatigue, your mental fatigues or physical fatigues, and what is your effect of this fatigue in your health and your family. So this type of points should be kept in mind. So okay, let us proceed. For efficient use of energy, important things to know are the relation of energy to the stages of life. Now we are going to discuss the first point. The efficient use of energy, important things to know are the relation of energy to the stages of life. The beginning, फैमिली स्टेज 1 हम बात करेंगे, अभी फैमिली स्टेज 1 का बात करेंगे. तो द बिगनिंग ऑफ फैमिली स्टेज 1, द एक्सपेंडिंग ऑफ फैमिली. फर्स्ट स्टेज 1 इज बिगनिंग ऑफ फैमिली, फैमिली का शुरू होगा. तो नेक्स्ट द एक्सपेंडिंग स्टेज ऑफ लाइफ. नंबर 2 स्टेज 2, स्टेज 2, 3 and 4. द एक्सपेंडिंग फैमिली स्टेज 2, 3 and 4. Is it right? Beginning of family stage 1, the expanding of family stage 2, 3 and 4. The contracting of family stage 5 and 6. These 6 stages of what family you have to keep in mind. So 1, 2, 3. 1 में 1, 2 में 3, 2, 3, 4 and 3 में 5 and 6. Is it right? The cost, energy cost of various household activities. Mental efforts and what are the activities we are carrying? The mental efforts, mental work. Is it visual efforts by what looking at? Suppose we are doing computer work, we are working with mobiles, we are doing any other type of such works. We are constantly looking, we are using our eyes, both the eyes, to particular type of working. So what at that type visual efforts we are putting the visual effects. Though I must get tired, though I guess perhaps getting tired in that way. So what number 3 is your manual efforts, means you are doing some like manual work, you are doing some works by your hands. Dorsal efforts and the pedal efforts. These are the 5 types efforts we are putting in your family activities or domestic activities. Activities producing more fatigue, forms and effects. Fatigue. Fatigue definition of fatigue can be defined as, what is fatigue? Fatigue can be defined as physical or psychological conditions which produce one's ability to perform an activity. Fatigue can be defined as physical or psychological condition. Either physical level you are doing physical activities or physical work, or psychological conditions means you are doing some mental work, mental worries, mental tensions, which reduces one's ability to perform activities. When we get fatigued, when we are getting tired, what happens? We becomes, our ability decreases because we are not in a proper health conditions to maintain to do that particular kind of work. Because of previous work or due to lack of interest resulting in reduced output. Because of previous work or due to lack of interest, lack of interest resulting in reduced output. If you are not putting the 100% of your interest towards particular activity, then what will happen? The output will reduce, means what will happen? Will give less result. Okay, next, forms of fatigue. Physiological fatigue and psychological fatigue. Physiological fatigue means we are doing bodily activities, bodily work. We are doing some manual labors, washing clothes, cooking, cleaning rooms. These are what physical fatigues. Psychological fatigue means mental activities. We are what type of mental pressure, mental tensions, what worries, tensions. This type of psychological fatigues are called, or mental fatigues, otherwise called mental fatigues. So mental fatigues you can say are of boredom fatigues, frustration fatigues. कोई फैमिली प्रॉब्लम है, कोई टेंशन है, तो मनी प्रॉब्लम है, कोई फैमिली मैटर है, प्रॉब्लम से है, तो दिस टाइप ऑफ क्वारल है, तो दिस टाइप ऑफ एक्टिविटीज कॉजेस frustration. Or boredom fatigues means you are not spending your time properly, you are feeling lonely, you are feeling bored, so nobody was there to spend time with you, to talk with you, to merrymaker. This type of causes boredom fatigues. Causes of fatigues. So causes of physiological fatigue, as we have already divided the fatigues of 2 types, like physiological fatigue and another is mental or psychological fatigue. So what are the different? There must be different causes for physiological fatigues. There must be certain causes what for psychological or mental fatigues. Let us see, focus on causes of physiological fatigues. Okay, working at a stress for a long time. Number one, if you are working for a long time, you may get fatigued. And poor posture, you are not doing your maintaining your posture properly, you are not sitting properly in your chair or in your office or working place, you are not standing. If you are standing, then you are not standing properly, so that you can reduce or minimize the energy. Next, we are doing heavy work. If you are doing heavy work means, suppose as per your energy based, you should do such type of work. But if it is very heavy work, such type of work cannot be done by one, then he or she may get fatigued. Number 3. Number 4, lack of proper equipment and supplies. If you do for doing a particular work, we should have some particular equipments and instruments. If you lack such type of instruments or implements, then you can also get fatigues. Number 5, unfavorable working conditions. So working environment is not good, suitable for anyone. If your working condition is not suitable, then what will happen? We may get fatigue. Poor planning of schedule work. Schedule of work means what type of work should be done, at what time. If you are not scheduling your work properly, then what happens? For time management, time and energy management, there will be a difference, a gap between the time and energy management, and we will get boredom, or we will get fatigue. So poor health conditions, lack of cooperation of other members and skills. Lack of cooperation. If you are doing some work in your family or in office, then if there will be no cooperation among the members of the office, whether it may be office, it may be family, so their cooperation, otherwise you may get fatigued, boredom. So another causes of psychological fatigue. These are the physiological fatigues. Now we are going to discuss about what are the psychological fatigues or mental fatigue, we can say. Number 1 is your mental stress. You are not in a healthy mental conditions. Mental stress during suppose we are during the examination point of view, when exams becomes very near to us, becomes a stress. We have to maintain our stress. So stress management is one of the important factors. So mental stress one. Another, concentrating on an activity for a long time. Suppose we are doing any work for a long period of time. Suppose we are doing any computer work, we are doing a particular work for a long time, so it will get fatigues, mentally and physical also. But we are causing lack of skills. If you don't have the skills for particular such type of work, then what happens? We are not doing properly, sincerely, means we are not in a systematic order. And if our skills will be there, you will do the same work in a less energy and less time point of time, so that it will be not caused, and it will not cause mental fatigue. Next one is your lack of appreciation. सपोज कोई काम कर रहा है, आपको कोई अप्रिशिएट नहीं कर रहा है, तो आपको अप्रिशिएट नहीं कर रहा, तो दैट हैज एन इम्पैक्ट ऑन योर माइंड. So I am doing such type of work, but my boss or my family members are not appreciating my work. Your work is not evaluated properly. So in that condition also you are getting fatigues. So lack of interest in the work. What type of interest should be there for what type of work? Different type of work needs. If you are not interested in a particular job and you are assigned such type of work, then what happen? Will not do properly. So in such cases, what will happen? You will get tired or fatigues. Failing of plan. You are doing a proper schedules or planning, but that planning is not working properly. In that case, it becomes boredom. तो इंटरफेरेंस एंड इंटरप्शन, कोई इंटरफेरेंस हो रहा है, इंटरप्शन हो रहा है आपका, बार बार इंटरप्शन मीन्स रुक के काम कर रहे हो, कोई इंटरफेरेंस को डिस्टर्ब कर रहा है, कोई आप रुक के कर रहे हैं, तो दिस टाइप्स ऑफ एक्टिविटीज आर कॉल्ड इंटरफेरेंस एंड interruptions. Next is your poor result obtained. After doing a heavy work for a long period of time, you are getting some less result, very low quality, inferior quality good things, or less result output. In that context also you get fatigued. Okay. Next, effect of fatigue. Effects of fatigue, physiological factors हम बात करेंगे. तो there is a pain or feeling of strain. There is a, if you are suppose you are not maintaining your posture during your working hours, then your working place, then what will happen? There is a pain or feeling of strain in the body parts, muscles, bones, or you must feel strain in your eyes. So that is called a physiological fatigue. And number one, the breathing is fast and person feels exhausted. Suppose you are doing such type of work and you are taking rapidly breathing rate is your very high. Generally we know that the breathing rate falls between 15 to 18 ppm, because you are if you are working your speed very, very high demand work you are doing, more energy is needed for that work, then you are breathing very fast to get more energy. So in that condition also breathing is fast हो जाता है. पर्सन हार्ट बीट से फास्ट, ब्रीदिंग रेट फास्ट होता है, आपका पल्स रेट ज़्यादा हो जाता है, आपका हार्ट बीट भी ज़्यादा हो जाता है. ओके, सो दीज आर द इफेक्ट्स ऑफ फिजियोलॉजी. देयर इज ए फीलिंग ऑफ वीकनेस एंड लैक ऑफ एनर्जी. आप आफ्टर फिनिश ऑफ वर्क यू आर फीलिंग वेरी वीक, जस्ट लाइक पेशेंट बिकॉज ऑफ heavy work, heavy pressure. There is a desire to leave the work after doing such work many days or many times or many years. You want to leave that work because of such type of stress. Effect of psychological fatigue. Let us see what are the effects of psychological or mental fatigue. Lack of interest in the work. This is both the cases for the physiological and also psychological, because if you are doing a bore work and you are getting not proper result, then your work is not evaluated, then your interest क्या कम हो जाता है. यू लैक दैट सच टाइप ऑफ इंटरेस्ट टू डू सच वर्क. ओके, नेक्स्ट इरिटेशन, फ्रस्ट्रेशन आता है, इरिटेशन आता है, एंड समटाइम्स हेडेक होता है, रिपीटेड एरर्स इन वर्क होता है, जब इंटरेस्ट कम हो जाता है, इरिटेशन आता है, टेंशन आता है, वरीज आता है, एंगर आता है. तो व्हाट हैपेंस? वी मेक मिस्टेक्स, वी मेक एरर्स. ओके, नेक्स्ट वन इज योर मेंटल टेंशन. मेंटल टेंशन आ जाता है, हम टेंशन में रहते, वरीज में रहते, एंगर में रहते. तो लॉस ऑफ मेमोरी बाय डूइंग सच टाइप ऑफ रिमेनिंग डेट फॉर लॉन्ग पीरियड टाइप इन सच स्ट्रेस, मेंटल फैटिगनेस, देन वी मेमोरी में काज लॉस. ओके, मेमोरी लॉस भी हो सकता है बाय कीपिंग दिस टाइप ऑफ मेंटल एक्टिविटीज. तो मेथड्स टू रिड्यूस और अवॉइड fatigue. How to reduce or avoid mental fatigues, both physiological fatigue and psychological fatigue. But in this first we are going to discuss with the physiological fatigue can be removed. How? So by rest. If you are doing physical activities for long period of time, you take rest in between or completion of work, or you take in between. By the use of work simplification technique, use your skills, use your techniques, use your ideas, and use some supporting for equipment so that you can do it correctly and without less time and less energy. Adequate planning and consequence of daily activity. Adequate planning. Before you do certain work, you should plan it beforehand, so that what will happen, it can be done properly, sincerely, and systematically with the less consumption of energy and time. Okay, use of labor saving devices. As I have told earlier, equipment, such type of equipment should be used to in work so that you can save your energy and time. Adequate condition of working environment should be there properly, and so that you can do good work. Learning skills. If you means experience will be work there. Use of correct postures. ये फिजिकल एक्टिविटी के लिए ज़रूर है. फिजिकल एक्टिविटी प्रॉपरली सेटिंग, प्रॉपरली हैंडलिंग, प्रॉपरली स्टैंडिंग. एडिक्वेट न्यूट्रिशन एंड हेल्थ केयर मीन्स यू आर taking care of your health, you are sleeping properly, you are taking food properly, you are taking the balanced diet, or such type of depending upon your age and work. Okay, psychological fatigue can be removed by motivation. If one will be motivated, then he or she will continue his work. If somebody will be appreciated, motivated, then will be feel interest will be interested for doing such type of activities. The planning immediate goals. What are the result will be there? If the such work will be done, then what result I will get? What type of output will be there? Such type of should be kept in mind. Allow some time in daily plans. Allow some time in a daily work. Allow some free times in daily work plans. आप जो प्लानिंग कर रहे हैं, जो शेड्यूल बना रहे हैं, उसमें फ्री आपको लेजर टाइम कुछ रखना चाहिए, रिक्रिएशन टाइम रखना, सो दैट इट विल बी इजीली मेंटेन्ड. नेक्स्ट इज योर रिक्रिएशन. You should enjoy your life while working. Recreation pleasure, getting pleasure. You should enjoy your life, enjoy your work, your environment, working environment, so that you will not feel boredom. Changing in routine activities. If you are not whatever activities you are assigned, if you are not feeling suitable for this, you may change it so that you can feel what satisfaction. Developing skills. If your skills will be developed, then the time management will be reduced and energy management will be reduced. Then come to work simplification. How the work simplification is done? Work simplification is the technique for accomplishing a task using minimum amount of time energy. We have already talked about that. Work simplification. Work हम simplify कर सकते, छोटा कर सकते, soft कर सकते, easy कर सकते. कैसे? By using the minimum amount of time and energy. Accomplish a task using minimum amount of energy, so that वही सेम आउटपुट रहेगा, सेम वर्क रहेगा, क्वालिटी सेम रहेगा, बट उसको हमें ऐसे टेक्निक यूज करेंगे, प्लानिंग यूज करेंगे, इक्विपमेंट्स यूज करेंगे, ताकि क्या हो सकता है, हमारा अमाउंट ऑफ एनर्जी विल बी लेस, अमाउंट ऑफ टाइम विल बी कंजम्पशन, टाइम कंजम्पशन विल बी वेरी लेस विदाउट ऑल्टरिंग द क्वालिटी ऑफ दैट. वी हैव बी डिस्कसिंग इट अगेन एंड अगेन. व्हेन क्वालिटी सेम रहेगा, आउटपुट सेम रहेगा, बट द ओनली द टैक्स विल बी रिड्यूस्ड. ओके. प्रिंसिपल ऑफ सिंप्लीफिकेशन. What are the different principle? Principle of work. Change in hand and body motions. If you are doing such type of manual work, then physical work, then you should move your hands and body in such a posture so that work can be done easily, correctly, will not fatigue. Keeping body parts alignment. बॉडी पार्ट कैसे रहना है, आपको कैसे बैठना है, कैसे वो हैंड कैसे रहना है, पैर कैसे रहना है, आपको लुकिंग स्टाइल कैसे रहना है, बैकबोन का स्टाइल कैसे रहेगा. तो अलाइनमेंट ऑफ बॉडी पार्ट्स. यूजिंग मसल इफेक्टिवली. प्रॉपर यूज ऑफ मसल्स विल बी देयर इफेक्टिवली, सो दैट यू विल गेट मैक्सिमम एनर्जी. यूज ऑफ रिदमिक मूवमेंट, रिदमिक मोशन, वन आफ्टर अनदर, रिदमिक मूवमेंट. इसके बाद क्या करना है, उसके बाद क्या करना है, हैंड के बाद लेग, पैर कैसे तो टाइप करना कैसे कर, तो दिस टाइप ऑफ एक्टिविटीज कॉल्ड रिदमिक मूवमेंट्स. नेक्स्ट इज योर द acquiring skills. If you are acquiring skills and experience, then what you will get the same work done in a minimum time. Change in working arrangements. If you are not working proper, one working arrangement is not suitable for you, not healthy for you, that environment is not healthy, you should change the environment or equipment arrangements. Change in production sequence. If this sequence is not giving proper result or better result, you can change the sequence of the production. Change in finished products. How to the finished products should be corrected or changed so that you will be better. Change in raw material. If you are changing the raw material, then your products automatically will change. Because products depends upon the change of raw material. If you are changing the raw material, product will change, and the quality of the change, quality will be different. Quality will be different types as per the raw materials. If such type of raw materials you are not getting proper result, proper benefit or proper quality output, then you can change the raw material also. So advantages of work simplification. It gives maximum work output with the optimum use of resource, number one. It reduces physical and mental fatigue, number two. The worker does not lose interest in activity. Lot of time can be spread for recreation and other activities, number four. And number five is the burden of domestic job is reduced for working persons. Okay, this is friends, this is all about this today's session, and next video I will bring you some more interesting facts and figures for your novel preparation of your civil service. Till that, thanks, bye bye.